Please introduce yourself. Okay, so that's ChatGPT. Can someone here, since I can read this fairly quickly, just sort of say, ready for the next question? I'm looking for somebody saying, I finished reading so I can. Okay.
Ready.
All right, there we go. Thank you. Okay. How does ChatGPT differ from other chatbots? Okay, so let's go back up. Okay.
No.
You go down and add the other paragraph. So if I can just input separately, the key to the chatbot, it is designed specifically as an interactive chat. So therefore it's designed so that you in fact can continue to ask questions to get deeper and deeper into a particular topic. Whereas if you're familiar with the Google or Siri or Safari, what you're basically doing is finding web pages to look at that may have the information you're looking for. So we can take a couple of examples of that if we want, but I think everybody can imagine one. I had one the other day where what we were looking for was which Sonoma restaurants offer brunch on Sunday and take reservations. Okay. Turns out that's not an easy question for Google. That's the kind of questions you can go and dig into ChatGPT to get an answer on. Okay. Is that better? Okay. Okay, so it's a conversational interaction, but I also think of it as digging deeper as being a phenomenon. Okay, who here has a question related to ChatGPT? We're going to get into some other areas in a moment. We have a question. Do you collect personal information? I'm not designed to collect personal information. Okay, there's an embedded question here I'd like to get a further answer to. I'm having trouble getting an entrance here. Okay, we're going to have to try it again. There we go. Okay, without trying to get into more detail for the moment, sometimes ChatGPT is embedded in another program. Okay, so if that's true, it's the other program that may collect information. It does not collect information. Does that answer your question? Okay. Sure. Okay, when you're here, you are on their site, but it may be embedded in another site. Let's ask that question, okay? So it's how it looks on the site. It's not embedded in the sense that it's got a specific line. Okay. This actually brings me to a new topic. So what you'll see up here on the left is I can start a new chat, or I can return to an old chat. I'm going to start a new one. What I want to do is talk about ChatGPT was developed by OpenAI. Okay. That's your big number that's known. Okay. The big investor was Microsoft, which is trying to figure out how to use this technology in their programs. They also have a major investment from Amazon, but the amount of that is not known, not public. So it is primarily a US organization in terms of the people. Although a number of those people were born outside the US and have become citizens. Do we have any other questions on OpenAI? Okay. If anybody online has a question they want to ask, feel free to unmute yourself and ask the question. Does that pretty well cover your thought? Oh, Virginia, does that cover your thought? Okay. Yeah. You're looking for the underlying technology. Is that close enough, Ron?
George, I have a question.
Okay, Clyde, you're on.
Can you ask it how the embedded AI in the Brave browser differs from ChatGPT?
Is that close enough?
Yeah, let's try that.
I have a question.
Sure. Sandra, you're on.
Does it keep a record of who uses it?
So I'm going to give you a part answer. If you look over on the left here, here are the previous chats I've had today. If I signed off today and came back next week, it would still have those chats available to me. However, I can clear conversations, in which case it's all erased forever. So I can choose to keep searches. And then obviously it knows that I'm future Oakmont. That's what it knows. Does that help, Sandra?
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
I have a question.
go.
How can I know that ChatGPT is free from biases?
Okay, I'm going to get a new chat because that's a new topic. Okay. So one of the things I'm doing is when I use this is I'm making clear that I'm changing topics by starting a new chat. Otherwise, it's trying to continue the old chat by thinking that what I'm doing is asking a subsequent question in the same sequence. This is the question I had prepared.
And how can I know that it is free from bias of any kind?
I think you need to read number 4. Okay. It is not designed to be free of bias as such. And it is suggesting you use multiple sources, ask specific questions, and double check before taking action. Okay.
Okay.
Clyde, you had a question.
Yeah, ask it how it differs from the AI inside the DuckDuckGo browser.
Okay. That's the new one. Okay, I'm going to give you an answer it didn't know to give you. It does not research right now, subsequent to October 2021. It does not know the new DuckDuckGo thing. I will tell you, it is basically designed by them, is ChatGPT. Okay. But it is limited to Wikipedia.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to ask a question. So that's a sort of classic area where there's a whole other world of fact. Yes. Not at the moment. Not at the moment. If there were, I would be using it because I'm better with my words than my typing. Okay, that better? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yep. Sorry, I still have my typing problems here. Go ahead. They do expect to sell their program to developers who will embed it. Okay, that's for example what DuckDuckGo did. They have taken it to embed it in their program. So if you ask a query in DuckDuckGo and they catch the idea that there's some fact you're not quite familiar with, they will ask you, do you want to know about that fact? And then they'll pull it from Wikipedia to give it to you. That's using their software, their program to do that. Okay.
George, I have a question.
Well, hold 1 second. We're dealing with one here. The question is, are we talking about this being done through developer fees or user fees? And the answer is both. Okay, for example, on ChatGPT itself, okay, if you just sign in regularly, you may find that it's full, that it doesn't have any available space. But if you're a plus customer, which is $10 a month, okay, you get ahead of the line. Okay, I paid the $10 for this month so that we could be sure we'd get on. Okay, question on the Lee, what you got?
How do you how do you sign up for ChatGPT Plus? I haven't been able to figure out how to do that online. I've asked it some trial questions, but it says, you know, it's a trial offer and it, you know, you'll use it up. So how did you do that?
Okay, apparently I couldn't ask the question in a coherent way. The answer is,
Yeah,
I
think-
thought on the original page that there was a way to do that. Okay,
there doesn't seem to be now.
okay. We may try it and explore that in a minute. Okay.
That's great.
Okay, now we're just going to do some playing around for a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Yes, very easily. And I've done that. There are versions of the OpenAI programs that are designed for visual imagery. Okay. And a couple more ones I want to try. So I don't know if anybody else has watched the movie series, the TV series, The Empress, but it features a 19th century German empress named Sisi. And after watching the first few episodes, my wife said, I just don't get it. Why is this person famous? And when you look her up in things like Wikipedia, you don't get this kind of an insight that's coming out as to why she's famous. Okay. Okay. So it's an odd kind of additional question. So, okay. Excuse me. All right. Who has another question they'd like to try? Okay. Sure. That's because of the way I typed this sucker. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop sharing for a minute to get out of this. All right. Okay, so I'll go share again. Okay, give me a question again. Dash circles. Okay. Okay, you have that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh. You want to eliminate it? Okay, so I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to copy it. Okay. And then I'm going to put a new window. I hope everybody can see that. So that's the most popular answer to the question you just posed. Oh, you can't see it.
Oh.
Okay. So that's in Google. Okay. Yep.
George,
Yes.
how do you cut and paste something that's been generated there into like a Word document or something? I haven't been able to do it except by screen capture.
Well, let me go back and share that screen then. That's what I just did. So what I did, Gabriel, is I highlighted this. Okay, so I could highlight this, for example. You with me?
Yeah,
Okay, and I just right click. This is a PC and copy, and it's now a copy. It'll paste right into a document.
okay.
Does that help you?
Yeah, hopefully that'll work.
Okay, other questions? Yes, again. Well, let me do that because it's interesting for anybody who doesn't know it. By the way, I'm paying $10 a month, whatever they're, so they may have raised the price. Oh, come on. Forgive me. Okay, just a second. I'm just gonna have to sign in again.
Can you ask it how we should be worried about ChatGPT and how it affects our life? I don't know how to phrase that.
Gabriel, I will get to that in just a moment. I'm about to show dark mode. Okay, so that was the iTunes question. That's dark mode. This is for those who are not familiar with it. Oh, not sharing. Sorry about that. Doesn't help to do that. Okay, so that's dark mode, that's light mode. Okay, so for those who aren't familiar with the concept of dark mode, because you'll see it on lots of programs, it is converting, flipping, so that the background is dark and the words are light. Okay? Yes. Yeah. Sheesh. I haven't forgotten you, Gabriel. Okay. That what you wanted? Okay. Okay. I think Gabriel had a question online. Gabriel?
I'm not sure how best to phrase it. How can we ask how it poses a danger to us? Potentially endanger us, humans?
I learn how to type. Would you believe I actually went through college being paid to type? That close enough, Gabriel?
Yes.
I have a question about number 2.
Yes, go ahead, Sandra.
Well, I think that's a little different from what it said before,
I asked about chatbots in general,
in general. Okay.
okay? And not ChatGPT as such,
Thank you.
okay? Yeah.
You want to scroll down to the rest of the answer?
Yeah, I'll do that first. $1.5 billion parameters. I think the general answer is it's not going to tell you. It probably could calculate it. Okay, other questions online or in the room? Fine. Okay. Yeah, in the back.
Can we ask a creative question?
We're getting to the creative questions. Just a second. I've got one here.
Okay.
Okay, so it's getting into iconic cars, which I think is actually an interesting place to be. Okay. It's probably going to say no, but I'll ask it. No, it is not following things since October of 2021. Okay, so I asked it, for example, I'm not going to ask it here. Who is the special counsel Jack Smith? And it basically said, huh? Okay. I think it was Sandra who said she had a creative question.
Write a letter from a 5-year-old boy to his elderly grandfather.
George,
Okay.
George, ask
Barbara.
it why schools are banning its use.
Okay, yeah. John, that's a good idea. Number one. When my wife was teaching, she said she used to always put something in the assignment that she had given a relatively unique answer to. Okay. And it helped with the version of plagiarism at the time, which was the fraternity that had the drawer with all the previous papers, and you just pull one out and copy it, you know, kind of thing. Okay. Online or in the room, any other questions?
It didn't make sense to me.
Okay. I'd like to open up to a general commentary from everybody here, either place. How do you feel about this? Would you use it? When would you use it? You're on. It's not good on current events because it's been designed right now, so it stops at September 2021. Okay. Yeah. Yes, it will. I can tell you that. Yeah.
George, I have a question.
Oh, okay. We have one more in the room, and I apologize for not passing the microphone.
So quickly, those
Yeah.
of us online cannot hear anybody in the room. So when they ask questions, we have no idea what's been said.
All righty.
Plus you could switch us to gallery now, I guess.
Question I had was if you were trying to expand your knowledge about a particular subject, you would ask a cursory question and then whatever ChatGPT came back with a response from, you could develop further questions from that. I think it'll be interesting.
Okay. One of the ones I actually have done for real is I'm descended from Daniel Boone's sister. Okay. This is an error. So you'll see on the right-hand side, they've got an arrow up and an arrow down. Daniel Boone's father was a Quaker. until my ancestor married her husband, who was not a Quaker. And the church told him, your choice, you disown her or you leave the church. And he said, well, that's easy. So he left the church. So I'm going to click the down arrow. And what I get is provide feedback. And this is how it learns in part. It learns from providing feedback and trying to figure out what may have gone wrong. Okay, we had another question.
Do you remember all your answers to previous questions, and do you search them when another new question is asked?
Okay. Okay, any more questions online? In the room. We have one more coming in the room, getting the microphone over.
I'd like to know why it refers itself first person instead of the third person. And that is kind of like, I find it disturbing that he uses the first person I instead of referring itself to itself in the third person.
That's your answer. In an early generation of my working with the ChatGPT, I've clarified, if I say you, it does understand I mean ChatGPT. Okay, so it's a conversational terminology. But if you ask it, all right. Okay. Okay, any other thoughts to share? Okay, thank you all very much. And we'll see you next month. Unless you like paying a lot of money to PG&E.
Thank you.
Thank you, George.
Thanks, George.